On tonight's episode of Thrashcast, Digital Revolution Radio and Lightning Bolt Studios present Nicole Boldt's Enter Sanctum with Justin Brescia's band BobbyrocK from MTV's The Hills.
And tonight, I have the band here in studio, BobbyrocK! Yeah. Hell yeah! Yeah!
All right.
So why don't we go around and everyone can say your name and what instrument you play. And we'll start with you, Justin Brescia.
Yeah. Guitar, sing. That's it.
I'm Chris, I play bass.
I'm Donnie on the drums.
Hell yeah. Man, this band really rocks, man. It's killer punk music. So what have you guys been doing like the last year or so? Have you guys been able to do anything during the lockdown or?
Yeah, we actually a lot of changes. We've moved into a studio in Huntington Beach that Donnie, our drummer, owns, and it was by fault. And we had two drummers previously, and they didn't work out. Donnie was in there kind of a bit, heard our tunes. We lost our drummers. Donnie says, "I can play these things." Sat on the drums, and basically that kind of took off from
Destiny
there.
happened, yeah.
Yeah, so it kind of made us start a new little revolution of us. And then we've been in the studio pretty much ever since COVID. Did a little bit of a live version of ourselves just to hear how we sound, and kind of just love that, and kind of waiting to see what's up with COVID. You know, this thing's kicked all of our traveling love in the dick.
So down in California, is everything still closed down there right now?
Not totally. There's some things that are open. Well, it's open, but live music's kind of cut off. It's just coming around now.
Yeah, because here in Washington State, we went from 25% capacity. Now we have 50% capacity, and so some bands are like they want to wait. And till it's 100%. But even at 50%, you know, everybody's itching to play, and only problem is like some places you gotta you're not allowed to stand up, or you have to wear a mask at your table. You're not allowed to dance, stuff like that. But like if you go to say Idaho, they've been open this whole time, so you can go there and play. Portland's had some shows too, but have you guys been able to plan on an EP, some singles?
Yeah, we're super enthusiastic and want to be busy and not busy at the same time. Our thoughts foresee what we actually do. It's just kind of getting in. We know we have a good sound right now and great tunes, and we're just kind of honing in on what's going to be the best outlet for us to record this and start getting it out correctly. Because I've done a lot of things guerrilla, and I think now's the time we got to be a little bit more thoughtful for it. So, like I said, we did some live stuff that turned out really, really cool. Got to hear our sound played back to us, and now we know where we can go from here. I like doing shit opposite. Like most bands will play an album or record an album and then go tour it. And I've always kind of been opposite. I played the songs and saw how the feedback was, and then went in the studio and recorded. Not to mention, once you record, I get tired of songs after hearing them and playing them so much. So
Yeah.
That's how it is for me. I don't know how it is for you.
That's a great idea. You know, the songs always get better too with time. So if you record it and then you tour them, you're going to sound so much better in your concert than you did on the tape.
Well, what do you hear? You hear a playback 50, 100 times of a song, and then redo it, and then by the time you go play it, you're just like, man, this song again. And that's just kind of what about others.
I know I have a hard time listening to my voice. Are you able to listen to yourself, or?
It's sometimes early in the morning, around 1 or 2, if I'm having trouble sleeping, I'll listen to our tunes and I'll play it back, and then I get real pumped and I can't go to sleep. And then sometimes when I'm playing it for somebody and I'm not totally secure with the song, I'm like, God, I hate my fucking voice right now. But I think that's just the artist in us, right? Nothing's perfect.
Right. And so what got you into music? Have you been doing it since you were a child, or?
Yeah, it was by fault. My dad was a dad who basically put all the cool shit in my room when I was a kid, and guitars were sitting there. I just picked it up and them since I was 5, maybe. And then my first lessons was with the violin, and I failed the class because I kept taking it off my chin and plucking it like a guitar. So
Yeah,
that's how that started.
you know, it's interesting because when I was in grade school, I played the flute, but I kept wanting to sing at the same time. You can't sing while you play the flute, and so it's kind of interesting how your body just naturally gravitates to a specific instrument and all of that.
Right.
So what bands would you say influenced you as a child?
I mean, I'm all over the spectrum. I used to have a Walkman, and living with my dad, I lived up in this loft, and I had a tape player, and I had CCNR, Bruce Springsteen, Onyx, Knobs, Offspring, like just all over the spectrum.
Devo.
Just,
Nice.
yeah, it was just
How about you, Donnie?
It sounded good.
Adolescence.
Nice.
He's,
Well, you might as well be from here. The adolescents are gods in this town.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Donnie,
grew up
Donnie
on that.
has the most secure musical background, like taught music. You went to MIT, correct?
Am I? Yeah, for a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
And he reads music. I don't know how to read music.
Oh, did you teach yourself to play guitar then?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
It took me a long time to understand what chords were what.
Yeah, I tried learning guitar, and you know, it's so difficult. You have to either have somebody teach you or just keep practicing, and I just couldn't figure it out. So.
Yeah.
Play stuff you're into. If you play stuff you're into, it's fun to play.
Right,
You know?
right. If you're passionate about it,
Yeah.
definitely.
Learn one song that you really like, and you'll be smiling each time you play it, at least, you know.
Hell yeah. So what kind of gear do you guys prefer?
I'm a Gibson guy. I'm a Gibson guy through and through just because of the weight. There's a USA made weight wood to that thing, and I have a couple Fenders, but if push comes to shove, my arsenal's a Gibson.
Yeah, I heard that the fenders that you do have are semi-hollow. So
Yeah, and I'm a semi-hollow body or full hollow body guy. Anything that's solid state is a little too pitchy for me.
But so that Gibson that you played last night, is it an ES335 or what is the model number on it?
It's an ES335 Studio. I just grabbed it. I think I told you I was in just browsing empty guitar centers because everything's sold. And I saw this thing on the wall and I was like, "Is that a Gibson? Is that USA?" And they pulled it down and they're like, "We just brought it in. Some small guy from Seal Beach couldn't because it's a long neck. He's like he couldn't reach. He's like he just wanted to get rid of it and played with it 2 times and they sold it to me for like $800, which is rare if you guys know some of those guitars.
Yeah, it's a real beauty. I knew there was something unique about it when I saw it last night.
Thank you. Yeah.
And that's Fancy Kennedy from Punkrockeracy. That's my co-host tonight. Just to let everybody know. And this is
Yeah, I'm here filming, and I've got a little thing called thrashcast.com where you guys can catch the footage from this.
And my show is international, so my show airs and it goes all over the planet. I have guests from all over, so that's one good thing. And yeah, and then Fancy, he does like a lot of the punk rock bands. He knows like a lot of the old school ones and all that good stuff.
Right.
So where can fans locate you guys on, like, say, YouTube, social media?
So this has been a question coming up lately, and we during COVID, I kind of shut down our social media, to be honest, and I started finding myself right when COVID hit, just attaining to it a little bit too much, and I started not liking what I was like. I was just kind of getting these little holes, and I was like, I really have this deep passion and dream and thought for the old school musicians who let the music speak for themselves. They weren't running around posting what they were doing every day. They weren't caught up in the mix, and some of their shows were better, the fans were better, the vibe was better, the mystique is better. It's just, there's an all-around like lust for these musicians to come see them from near and far. And I feel like we just shut down social media, but we do have a website. It's BobbyrocK USA.
USA.
And then you can check us out on YouTube, but other than that, we're pretty negligent for the most part.
I'm the same way, man. I hate social media. I just, go on it every now and then because I have to. But
Yeah, man, if something makes your skin crawl, you might as well just stop it, and that shit makes my skin crawl.
well, I don't.
Let's hear about the bass player and the drummer's gear too. I didn't mean that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I'll go. Yeah. So I have a few kits in the studio, but my absolute favorite is my DW collectors. Yeah, 3-piece, 20 by 20 kick, and it's just a little cannon. I love it.
So what kind of heads, what kind of cymbals do you prefer?
I usually play Zildjian. Yeah,
Nice.
heads. I've been going back and forth between Evans and Remo.
I knew it. Everybody's doing
Yeah.
Evans right now.
Yeah.
Evan's cheaper, huh? They're the quick fucking grab, right?
They are, but you know what? They do have a great sound.
Mm-hmm.
They do. Yeah,
Well, you use what? I see it. You use 5B sticks, Vaders.
that's right. Power 5B.
Yeah, and you just got you just picked up some new cymbals.
I did.
What were they?
Those were
Wow.
Zildjian A custom.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So what about you? What kind of guitars you prefer?
I've been Fender for years. I've been playing a Fender jazz bass for most of my life, jazz and P bass, and I'm doing a Jaguar right now, and I'm thinking about a Telecaster bass is where I'm going. Yeah, with Ampeg, standard stuff. Ampeg, GK, for the solid state, there it is right there. Real simple.
Nice.
Moving air is my idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do tens move enough air for you, or do you like?
Yeah, if you have two of them,
If you have
at
enough
least, two of them moves a lot of air. It'll hit you at 10 feet, 15 feet.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you don't need much.
At low volume too,
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
So, do you guys have any message for the entire world? We're live, uncensored. You can say whatever the hell you want. Is there anything you want to say about yourselves, your band, or anything?
I mean, you want to say everything and nothing at the same time, right? We just want to get out and smack people upside the head.
Come back soon for more thrashcast.com, and don't forget thrash.app, where you can post your own metal.